like he was trying to wake you up.
He was trying to wake me up.
Like, but you can like, okay, look, I'm not trying to be like trying to defend nobody.
He was trying to wake
but
me
it's
up
always like
at 4:00 in the morning while I'm sleeping with my
Everybody
baby.
kept going in my
Because
room,
he wanted me to. He wanted me to leave. He wanted me to leave my room, leave my baby in the room, to leave my room, and then supposedly there's another guy. Check the stars. He's another creator. Said, okay, I'm gonna tell you the whole thing because you're probably not gonna understand. So I'm sleeping. Someone tries to wake me up. They leave, right? And then 3 hours later, I'll show you the other video. 3 hours later, Check the Star, which is another creator, comes into my room, wakes me up, says, Stella, wake up, wake up. I'll show you that video too. I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, what? My baby's sleeping, what? He said, you need to leave this house because I don't want to tell you. He said, you need to leave because I'm scared for you. And I said, why? He said, Itai tried waking you up to bring you out because he had like random Armenian men, strangers, line up outside my door.
Santos.
For me.
Santos, didn't I bitch you out about this last time? Didn't I fucking bitch you out about this motherfucking situation?
About what?
Because you're doing things that don't look right. That's why I keep telling you. Stop putting yourself in those situations.
Doing what?
He said he pulled the blanket with her daughter, not giving her a blanket. Him.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Santos, why did Itai go into my room in the middle of the night? Why did he do this? Waking me up at 4:00 in the morning.
I told her so many times to not bring her kid to the house.
Okay.
And so many times I threw it away. I put all her stuff outside. I said leave, and she like literally. What did she do in my room? This is not even supposed to. I had 2 rooms back then. She went and
because you knew something was going on.
So how many times has this happened?
You knew something was going on in that house, and I didn't.
Literally to the point where everybody wanted to kick
Why
out.
wouldn't a kid be safe in that house?
So,
Why? Why?
I'm not gonna say too much.
Answer the question. Why would a kid not be safe in the house? Answer the fucking question. If you were trying to protect Eliana, what's going on in that house?
Wherever other shit work, it'll work. This is working, so let me be. Oh, so that Santos, so you have proof. Where's your proof? I want to see.
Tú ya cállate. No. Don't be, I already told you not to entertain this girl.
I'm not gonna get my veneers no more. I'm not getting my veneers. Fuck. Yeah. Damn, Stella. Why you gotta come with that drama? Now I ain't getting my veneers.
It's okay. He bought me a BBL.
Real, Stella would be calling the
cops. He bought you a BBL. You see what I'm talking about? These girls? Yeah, ya salió el pinche peine.
Yeah. Hey, all of a sudden she leaves the house and everyone's a supervillain.
Oh, hell nah. He paid for her BBL. Do you hear her?
I paid for her BBL.
And who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck that you paid for? You're a trick. That's what you're meant for.
Pero no pudo.
Trick.
Oh, so he paid for your services? That's what you're saying? Because he's tricked you out or what?
No, he paid for...
So what you're trying to say, that house is nothing but tricks.
Bro, I'm going to repo your BBL.
Listen to what the girl is saying, guys.
Come on,
guys. Come on, like, read between the lines. Girls, come on, también.
You're going to repo it.
Y'all understand that?
Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. It's common sense. I'm very smart. I'm smart.
Jasmine, I told him that if he buys my BBL, that he can hit it. And guess what? He bought it and he didn't hit it. So
and that's why...
That's why he's bad.
I want the noon.
Girl, you is not making it any better for yourself right now. You are not making it any better for yourself.
I'm not trying to get right with him.
You contradict yourself right now, though. Low key. Like,
no, I don't.
It's because you're saying he tricked you out. So he paid for your services.
That's not what I said.
So you were there knowing damn well there was nothing but men that looking for
that's not tricks. What I said. I said he's a trick.
You just said that.
No, I said he's a trick.
Yeah, he's tricked. And he paid for your BBL. And you
allowed
that.
He didn't get no cookie. That's why he's mad.
I don't...
Yeah, you're
trying to understand. Can y'all make me understand it?
Jasmine. Ella me quería violar. Me sacó mi...
How do you pay for... No, you're mad that you didn't...
Look, this is your boyfriend. This is how I take you serious.
Brandon, I can't. Why'd you bring them up? I cannot. No.
Hi.
No, I'm trying to understand the situation because
Okay,
it's
what's
like,
Jasmine?
come
What's so
on,
hard
Telly.
Jasmine, I was
Yeah.
hanging out with him for a month. We never smashed. And I told him the reason why we never smashed, I said, was because I have a flat ass and I don't feel good about myself. So he said, I'm going to buy you an ass
So
and
you
you feel better about yourself.
trick.
He bought
So
me
he
an
can
ass,
he can
and guess
he
what?
can
I
get
still
you
didn't
after
smash
you got
him.
the BBL and you didn't.
I still did.
But you didn't. But it was a business situation, girl.
So?
So how you gonna do him dirty and expect him not to do you dirty? It's a eat your world. It's your eat your own like world. Like you did him dirty, he did you dirty, and that's what it is.
Jasmine, listen.
So
Even
I'm
he,
understanding.
look, my cameraman is always cameras on at all times, and he can
Yeah,
tell you
show the
everything
proof.
behind you.
Show the proof.
All right.
Show the proof. Show the proof.
Chat, he did not
Cause
smash
he's a
Stella,
trick.
nor did
So
he
what
want
are
to
you to
smash
that
Stella.
situation? You got
Yeah,
paid.
he didn't
Stella,
smash,
your lips is
and
He didn't.
disgusting.
But damn, pay him, girl. That's all you had to do. It. Pay him.
no.
Now he's mad and he's talking crap. Now you trying to talk crap, and I don't know, like bring these videos up now
I don't know.
because
I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm done with TikTok live chat. I'm gonna be on Kick today. Everybody
Why are you
go
mad?
stream on.
Why are you
Go
mad,
watch my stream
Draper?
on Santos PRC on Kick.
Why are you mad,
Live
Draper?
chat. It's right now. I'm reading all the comments right now from the chat. If you go
I
on,
just want the tea. I'm just here for the tea, and it's
Go
right here in my
Santos
face.
on Kick. I'm
You know what
offline
I
right
mean?
now. Hopping on right now. Everybody go stream on Kick. I'm
Que es
getting a
que te
chest
van a ir a
tattoo.
ver después
I'm
de que
looking at
andes
chest
ahí de
tattoo.
mamón. Don't forget about my veneers, though.
Yo,
Promise me, I won't give you. I can't, sucky nothing with my
yo,
teeth. Though.
what the
don't
fuck?
expect,
Yo,
don't
stop
expect that
it.
in return, because I'll tell you right here.
Yo,
You is not
what
tricking
the-
me, baby. We is
Oh
not
my
getting
God.
tricked around here.
Ah, you paid for the BBL and didn't hit. Ah,
I'm dead. I'm like, because I can't
you
sucky
paid for it and
nothing.
you didn't hit.
My teeth are going to be mine. Veneers and all. I'm being
Oh
I'm
my
being dead ass.
goodness.
Paid for the braces too. Aha, you still didn't hit. You still didn't hit. Aha.
You know I have secret cameras in my room, right?
Damn.
I have video footage of you coming into my room.
Oh, play the video. Play the
Play
fucking video.
it.
And also play
No,
the video.
we'll present it in court. We'll present it in court. See you
Play
in court.
it. No, play it now. Play it now.
We'll present it in court.
Capper, cap. Why won't you play it now, bitch? Play it now. The fuck, Capper.
This is funny.
And he's also mad. He's also mad. He showed me a picture, right?
You better not
picture.
open my bed. That's wild.
He's so cap, bro. He's so fucking cap.
That's wild, girl.
So someone goes, I believe him. I'm like, bro, even if that was true, do you think Santos is the biggest 304? Do you not think that Santos would be down to cop some neck? Be for real. Santos is the biggest HO3 on the planet. Even if that was true, Santos would be like, yeah. Like, fucking bitch, I'm down to catch some neck. What the hell? Santos would be with it. Let's be for real. He would never. Bro, Santos bought me a BBL because he thought I would smash. He literally thought I would smash after buying a BBL. Like, you don't understand how long Santos has been wanting to smash. Okay? Santos has been wanting to smash for a minute. And I told him I needed to get surgery because I made an excuse saying I have a flat butt and I don't feel confident with my body.
Stella, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it happened or not, but I have 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
Why would you go to Target with Jaleel with nothing but panties on if you knew he was out here graping girls in the house?
I didn't know that he was graping women. I just got tagged in that on Thursday.
Okay.
That happened on Thursday.
So my second question is, if you knew it was people coming into your room, which I'm sure if it happened before you brought your daughter there.
No,
Why-
it happened after when I had my daughter there.
So it wasn't happening while you were there by yourself. They decided to start coming in your room once you had a baby there.
No, yeah.
I don't know. That just seems hard to believe. And I just don't like how...
How is it hard to believe if I have video evidence of it?
Because you have no evidence that it wasn't happening before.
I had a camera. I always had a camera.
I don't know. It's just not adding up. And I just find it funny that you didn't want to
go through all the video evidence.
No, I don't. I'm not saying I agree with what they do in the Mills house. I don't agree with people. I don't agree with people not taking care of their kids. I have a child by myself and I take care of him every single day.
You're making 3 points. You're making several points. The point right now that you said, like, I have all the footage. The point that you're saying right now, you're asking me if people were coming into my room while I was sleeping. Nobody was coming into my room was sleeping. Only one night it happened. And the night that it happened, I ordered a flight home. Like, when I found out that it happened, I ordered a flight home that same day.
No, you were put out.
No, I wasn't. I'll show you the video when I ordered the flight. I was not put out. Check came into my room at 6 a.m. Itai came into my room. Itai came into my room at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Check got scared because he said that there was a group of men lined up outside my door.
There were not a group of Armenian men lined up outside your door, Stella. That is the most crazy thing I've ever heard. I have never seen anybody other than the people that live there and maybe the freaking landlord every now and then. There were not a group of Armenian men. Those people go on live all night long. When Ruby's over there, Ruby is over there she's on live from the time she gets there to the time she supposedly goes home to her kids. There were not a group of Armenian men lined up outside of your door. That's crazy.
That's what Chuck said. And Chuck came
into Chuck is just as much of a crash out as you are. Both of y'all left and started talking shit about the people in the house.
So you don't think that Chuck came into my room at 6 a.m. to tell me to leave? Because he was scared for me?
I think that Chuck wanted clout, and I think you did as well. And I think neither one of you got it. And I think that's why y'all are mad.
I already have my clout. What do you mean?
So why go to the MILF house?
I got my clout from the island.
So what was the point in taking your child to the MILF house? If you didn't want clout, if you didn't want money, if you didn't want anything, what was the point in even putting your daughter at risk like that?
Oh, I got my kick deal out of it.
Oh, a kick deal?
Yeah, I went there to get my kick deal, and I got my kick deal. And I went there with my baby because I thought Winter was going to be there, but Winter went home the same day.
Okay, Stella. That's all I had to ask because it's just not adding up.
You can stay here, though. So at 6 a.m., 3 hours later, Chuck comes into my room, and Chuck says to me at 6 a.m., he says to me, you have to leave. I'm leaving. I'm scared for you. And
let me address this comment really quick. I'm sorry. Somebody said this is why women don't come out. No. When I first came on here, Stella, did I say I don't know what happened and what didn't?
But I'm telling you what happened.
No, but I'm saying I don't know what happened and what didn't.
But I'm telling you what happened.
Okay, that's fine. I'm addressing this comment. I'm addressing this comment. I made sure I came in. I said I don't know what happened and what didn't. But what I don't like is when women come out with this stuff and then you see videos of them prancing around men and doing this and that with panties on and all this stuff. I don't like that. That's what makes it questionable.
Okay, so you're trying to shame a woman for wearing panties?
I didn't shame you.
Even if a woman is wearing panties, that doesn't give a man a right to do whatever the fuck he wants with whoever.
I didn't say that. I'm just trying to figure out why you were comfortable with doing it around men who you knew were already weird.
I didn't know anything of that. I was with my daughter. My daughter wearing that.
Okay, whatever, Stella. Go ahead.
Wait, whatever what?
Go ahead. Go with your proof. What you were about to say. Go with your proof.
So yeah, people were not coming into. I have a nanny cam. In my room. I have videos in my room at all times. Nobody was coming into my room while I was sleeping, so I would have been like, what the fuck is going on? When Chuck said someone came into my room while I was sleeping, and then Chuck didn't want to tell me really why till I got out of the house, why? All he said was, you need to order a flight right now. I don't feel comfortable with you being here. I had to get a chair and sit outside the door. He got a chair and sat outside the door till 6 a.m. Then to come back into the room because he wasn't safe, because he said there was a bunch of strange men in the fucking house. And he was worried because Eliana was there and I was sleeping with Eliana. and he's a father, so he got scared for me. So he said, you need to go home now. So that same night, I ordered a flight. I ordered a flight to go home. And I brought my daughter to Disney during the morning, and I went home. I never had an issue with Jahil. Jahil to me was always someone that was safe, someone who was someone I trusted. I never had an issue with Jahil at all. When I left, but you don't know people's true colors. There's a lot of rugs involved. There's a lot of fucking rugs involved. I went to Disney with Jahil, and Jahil almost got arrested because he had shrooms on him. There's a lot. People are constantly changing. You don't know what the fuck somebody is actually up to. What somebody motives or intentions. If once people were probably on their best behavior because Eliana was there. You don't know that. There's a kid in the house. People are on more of a better behavior.
People were on their best behavior when Eliana was there, but yet you just said they started getting weird when she got there.
Who knows? People were probably Jahil was probably on his best behavior when I got there. Who fucking knows? Because to me, I never thought of Jahil as a threat. I never saw Jahil as somebody to worry about until I saw what I saw. That's alarming. I'm not going to see something and be like, oh yeah, that's not alarming. Like, I'm going to see something and say something. No, that's fucking alarming.
I'm just confused as to why you would wait weeks later. Stella, you've been gone for like
I
2
just
got
tagged in the Jahil video.
Yeah, but if people were coming into your room and Czech is telling you it's a group of Armenian men standing outside your door, he doesn't feel safe for you. Why would you even leave LA without filing a police report?
Told me that.
You said that while you were there, Chet came in your room and said you need to go home. I'm worried for you.
Okay, listen. Yes.
It's not adding up.
It is adding up. It is adding up. I thought Chuck was weird for telling me that I needed to go home, and he was acting all spooky. I was like, what are you on? Because it doesn't sound real. What are you on? So for Chuck to come into my room, it is weird. But I'm just taking it like, okay, he's spooked out that I'm here and he doesn't want to leave till I'm leaving. So then I ordered my flight. Chuck said that I was under an illusion. I was under an illusion and I really wanted to stay, so I wasn't really gonna believe him. I wasn't gonna believe him anyway. That's what he said.
You were under an illusion?
Yeah, you don't think you could be under an illusion? Yasmin?
What kind of illusion were you under, Stella?
You don't think that clout, cars, a mansion, all that stuff?
I just said you were there for clout and you said you weren't.
Yeah. You don't think that clout, a mansion, and all that stuff is an illusion?
Not when my child is involved.
So you don't think that a mansion or any of that, you could be like, oh, what are you talking about?
I mean, I just said you were there for clout and you told me you're not. And now you're saying you were there under an illusion. I think the word you're looking for, it was delusion. But you just said you weren't there for clout.
Who said I wasn't there for clout?
You did. I said you and Czech went for clout. And you said, I don't need clout. I have clout already.
So a kick you, I said, is what I wanted out of it and what I got out of it.
Okay. I asked my questions. That was all I wanted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
You can drop me.
You could drop yourself.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh,
because I don't spend all day on TikTok.
well.
You can go ahead and drop me.
Oh, well, guess you're staying.
Okay, I'll figure it out on my own.
Figure it out. That's why bitches don't be saying nothing. That's why people don't say nothing.
You have an attitude. I ain't too much like that.
That's why women don't say nothing.
Girl, stand your ground. Is there somebody that got something to say?
You look like your breath stinks.
And your camera's off, so that's super ignorant. Stella,
What?
Okay, so I guess I don't understand why all these dating ass bitches keep coming on your page, but they're all steady here watching you. We all are watching you. You just got your BBL done. You look fine as fuck, and then you get invited to go to this mansion to potentially put yourself in a position to gain all this money. Why wouldn't you go? And all these people keep hating on you because you weren't home with Eliana and you weren't home with your baby daddy. Well, then you bring Eliana with you because Winter's there, and you weren't home with your baby daddy. And now it's a problem because you brought your kid there when they all said, oh, somebody else's thing's on, I'm not sure. They all were hating because you brought Eliana there when Winter was there. How does it make sense that everybody in the house, Etai, Jordan, Bree, Santos, everybody was like, oh, it's safe for Winter to be here, so why the fuck wouldn't it be safe for you to bring Eliana?
Exactly. I thought it was a safe environment for children.
And then it's like,
I mean, people can't bitch and complain about your daughter, but then praise Bree for bringing Winter.
I was just gonna say that. She like, why did she bring Winter there?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
and not even that, but you weren't the only person walking around in a fucking bikini or underwear or booty shorts or whatever.
Exactly. And then for that other girl, for that other girl to be like, oh, well, why are you walking around in booty shorts? Well, why the fuck can't she walk around in booty shorts? Is that an automatic pass for somebody to do something to you? What the hell?
Right.
Having booty shorts. Exactly. Booty shorts is a pass for somebody to do something to you, right?
I can't stand that stigma.
So my whole thing,
a girl should be able to wear whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the booty shorts. Like, I wear booty shorts too out in public. It's fine. But my whole thing is, like, you knew exactly what type of people were in that house before you got there. Like, you sat there with your kid and listened to TTS of grown men saying that they wanted to grape her and touch her private parts. Like, you sat there and had your daughter listen to that, and you still loved that house and still wanted to go back.
Well, you don't know why.
And she didn't even literally bat an eye. And Stella, you say women.
And I found out.
You say women. You say women. You say women can't.
Guess what? I found out who wrote those messages.
You say women can't come forward.
Hello.
But you were still friends with
I found out
Santos.
who wrote those messages. It was Etai. Etai went and wrote those messages to my daughter because the PayPal is linked to those.
That's fucking disgusting.
So he wanted to make views. Which is why before I even went on TTS, he said, if someone says any negative comments, ignore it. Etai was the one who told me to ignore those messages. And guess what? I found out the person who wrote those messages to my kid. It was Etai.
Prove it. Prove it.
But still, like,
the other thing is,
you still wanted to go back to that house though until Bree started talking.
Why did I want to go back to the house though? Can someone in the chat tell her why? Because I don't want to get bananas.
And like the girl that was first up here in the bar earlier, she asked you, why would you put your daughter at risk like that? And you said, oh, well, I got to kick you out.
One at a time.
Chloe, if you clearly listen, she said she wanted to go back to get her get back. Shoot. If I could get my hands on Bree, I would rock her. And Valet, because they smell.
And also, I want to say, Stella did say when that was happening, when the TCF shit was happening.
Hold on a second. So who was the one that asked me why I wanted to go back to the house?
Chloe.
So Shanti just told you why. Now what do you have to say, Chloe?
I don't think that you started talking about wanting to go back there for that reason until recently. Like, after you left the house,
After what?
Trying to go back to go collab with them.
Chloe, I didn't start giving you that reason to win till I couldn't go back, right? So I no longer needed to play what?
So you're saying that, like, immediately after you went home and you were trying to come back to the house.
I wasn't trying to come back after I went home. If you know anything, when I got home, I couldn't leave. I had to be home. Because my baby daddy worked. And my baby daddy.
You were still over there, like, glazing Vale, sending her flowers.
Why do you? Oh my God, Chloe.
Well, didn't you call Etai though, or am I mistaken?
Are you not well, Chloe? Chloe, are you well right now?
Are you?
No, I am, because you're not understanding nothing. Okay, so let's explain
Yeah,
this.
exactly. You were online begging to go back to that house.
Very slowly for you, Chloe. I was playing nice to get back in the house. What does that mean? What does playing nice mean?
No, I think now you're trying to play it off like you just wanted to go back to get your
Are
get
you
back.
delusional? You think if a bitch says anything about you or says anything to you, you will not get your get back?
Dude, they weren't talking about you
your get
until a
back?
few days after you left, though.
And a few
Like,
days after
That's
I
not
left, they started talking about me. A few days after I left, they started talking about me, which the idea to get my get back clicked. What don't you understand about that? Is it weird to want to get your get back after a bitch starts talking about you? And then I started sending them roses.
Yeah, but it's like now you're trying to expose them and saying like how wrong all these things that they're doing are now. Now you're saying that, but when you were in there, you loved it. You didn't find any problem with anything that they were doing when you were there.
What were they doing when I was there?
All these clips that you're showing about
That's all
the stuff that they're doing, like all of a sudden you have a problem with it.
And who said I didn't have an issue with her when I was over here in my house?
When you were in that house, you were loving all those activities.
While I was in my house,
in that house, in the milk.
While I was in her house, I was with my daughter, locked in with my kid. So when people were talking about me in the hot tub, would you expect me? I'm gonna leave my kid and go upstairs and handle somebody? No, I'm with my kid. I gotta give my kid back. I gotta get my kid back to where she gotta go to handle whatever the fuck I gotta handle.
Okay, Stella, I just want to say back to the TTS comment, because if anybody actually watched that, and there's plenty of clip videos,
Like,
exactly,
exactly, Kayla. What did they expect me to do? I'm with my kid. I have my whole daughter with me. I can't clock anyone when I'm with my kid. I can't do. The most I can do is have a conversation and communicate. But I have my whole daughter with me. What am I supposed to do if I have my daughter with me? I gotta go bring my daughter back. Bring my daughter back. Wait till I have a weekend that was free. The only weekend since I was back, I had my daughter in LA. The only weekend I didn't have my daughter was Easter weekend. That was the only fucking weekend I didn't have my daughter.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. Like,
I didn't start running my mouth, Chloe, till I got the confirmation that I couldn't go back. Because as soon as I got the confirmation that I couldn't go back, I said, bet. Now I can run my motherfucking mouth.
So let me ask you this. Like, after you were hearing all those really messed up TTS comments, like, why did you continue to have your daughter listen to all that? Why did you continue
even understand? She's a baby.
Okay.
She's not a baby. She can understand words.
How can she
doesn't
control
understand
other people's TTS if they have it up loud and blaring?
Because
Why would you not remove
hear
her
the
from
words,
that
but she's
type
not
of environment?
understanding what they're saying. She hears it, yeah, but she doesn't understand what's being said.
I was told,
But why would you even want to have your daughter in that type of environment?
The whole point of the TTS is for them to make money. Hello, are we forgetting that? People have
you
the
don't
right
have
to their
to
own
have your
speech.
daughter there, though.
Yeah, and
What is she supposed to do, abandon her kid?
Wait, no,
you guys bitch and complain either way.
Hold
so
up. Let me answer Chloe. Chloe, so now you're giving up several points. So now we're leaving the situation on why I wanted to go back to the house, which is, you have a clear understanding as to why I wanted to go back to the house, right? Hello, Chloe.
I mean, I see what you're saying. Do I believe it? No, but that's not up to me to say if you're telling the truth.
Do you hear what I said though? You heard my
I heard you. Yes, right. I heard you.
Which is to get my get back.
Yes, whether I believe it or not is irrelevant, but yes, I understand what you're saying.
You're saying all this about her having her baby there. Wasn't Winter just there with there's even worse
TTS? I wanted to get my get back. Why is that so fucking impossible to believe? What do you think, I'm a pussy?
No, you can't be mad at her for having her kid and not be mad at Bree for having Winter. It's the same shit.
Trust me, I don't support Bree in anything that she does. Trust me, I'm not buying.
It's not even that. Everybody in the house is a young adult. Multiple mothers were there. Multiple people in the house, especially Isai, valet's boyfriend, whatever, all of them said this is a safe environment for kids. So regardless of if Stella was bringing her kid there or not, everybody said it was a safe environment.
Yeah, they said
How
it
are you
was a
guys
safe
expecting?
environment. How would
Okay,
you
Chloe, be
ever
quiet
think
for a
that's
minute.
good
Chloe, shut up
environment?
for a minute.
You
Chloe,
shut
shut up
up.
for a
Well,
minute.
don't tell me to shut up. I didn't
You
come up
shut
here
up.
being
Trailer
disrespectful.
trash.
I'm not
How
up
is
here
she
being
supposed to
disrespectful.
know
You
what
shut
someone else
up.
is? Well,
You
you're
shut
talking
up.
over
You shut
everyone.
up.
Okay,
You shut up.
bro,
You shut
Denver.
up.
Denver is because she's a bitch. Anyways, how do you expect somebody to know what someone else's true intentions and true colors are? It's like when you meet somebody, you can't
You
guarantee
definitely
that they're
smoke
not going to be a shitty
cigarettes.
person.
You definitely
And
smoke cigarettes.
I absolutely do. I absolutely do. And what? Right. Run it some more. Thanks.
Brush
Like
your
I said,
teeth. Brush your teeth. Thank you,
you
bruh.
don't just meet somebody and know their true colors. You have to hang out with people, get to know
Michelle, hope
them.
you
Like
don't
you
have
guys are all
kids.
sitting here expecting
Hope you don't
Stella
have
to go into this house.
Even if there's a kid there, don't bring your kid there. That's what I learned. Even if there's a kid there,
Right.
don't bring your kid
Yeah,
there.
but Owen was in town, was he not? Didn't he have a hotel room that you could have immediately removed her out of that situation and kept her with her dad?
Okay, he
She
was
didn't
at
have to
work.
be in there. You could have continued to make money in that house without her.
You know, he
And
was at
she
work during the day.
In LA?
Yes, and then he left. And then when he left, he
Agree
just
that no kids should be at that house. That is the main
it doesn't
point of it.
matter. That was a mistake that happened. It was a mistake that I even brought her there.
and she moved past it. She's sitting here trying to explain to everybody what happened in the house so that people going forward know what to expect or to pay attention. She's
Yeah,
not sitting here
don't
saying,
bring your kid anywhere.
right, right.
Stella, I have a question for you. Why is it that you were just saying you were implying, you were saying this is why girls can't come forward, but you were friends with Santos knowing he had over 15 allegations? Like, come on now. That's why women don't come
Allegations,
forward.
not
These
proven
little
rape,
clout,
not proven
wanting
rape.
little ass thotties running around, wanting clout off of teenagers. You're fucking weird, Stella. You're a weird bitch. And I hope you do get your lick back. And I hope some bitch does get their lick back on you, you stupid, weird bitch.
Well, you
You're
can
just
see the
jealous
lick
enough
on
for
this
you.
Thursday. This Thursday, you can see the lick. I mean, not
You
this
can't
Thursday,
even
this
fucking
Friday.
fight. You're a
This
stupid ass
Friday, you
bitch.
can see the lick. This
And
Friday,
you have allegations on your own.
This
So
Friday, you can see
even
the
Owen
lick.
said he woke up to you
This
doing that to
Friday,
him.
you can see the lick happen.
You fucking weird
this
bitch.
Friday, you can see the lick happen. This Friday, you can see the lick happen. This Friday, you can see the lick.
It's so funny how mad people truly get at you for just being on here. Like, it's genuinely so comical. But isn't that the whole point of the TTS, though, is like that you literally are making money from people being able to voice their opinion
The whole point,
regardless of
and I know someone in the house with that TTS because I have a lot of. There was a lot of test TTSs done, and then those words came from the same test TTSs.
right. So regardless of if it was for money or not, that was really fucked up of Ikai to put that. But you definitely stated in that same, like, when after that TTS came on, you definitely stated, like, stop sending fucking pig, like, TTSs. You definitely said that. After they made the little comment about Eliana, you definitely said that. So I don't know why everybody's all in their feelings about it. Like, you can control what somebody else puts in.
Stella, do you have proof of that shit? I'm gonna get it because all I have is the beginning TTS's PayPal account, and then I have the PayPal account from when that TTS was set.
Okay, so you have the screenshot of the PayPal account that was linked to that specific TTS.
Yeah.
Because that would be very important to get, especially if you're going to be saying that type of stuff. You really should grab that and post it or do something with it.
Yeah.
Don't edit it. I just saw that comment. Obviously, don't edit it. That can be proven. Obviously, if it is edited, it can be ran through a system. But here's my other. I just have one other question for you because I had noticed when you spoke on which one? It was the Bree situation with Owen's friend. You had said I rehearsed this I caught that you said, I rehearsed this for hours. Why did you say rehearse this?
I don't know if I said that.
I can clip it and send it to you. That was the only
Play the
thing
clip?
that could,
Could you play
what?
the clip? You have another phone where you can play
You
it.
went over
No, I don't. I only
what
have one.
happened because rehearsing sounds real bad.
Yeah, that's the word that threw me off. Listen, girl, I'm not going to like bash you for anything that you're coming out about because I do think there's shady shit going on in that house. Actually, I know there's shady shit going on in that house. The rehearsed word really got me there. That's what kind of threw me
Danielle
for it.
says sometimes Stella uses the wrong words.
Okay, I can see that because I do that too.
You mean rehearse, or did you mean like you were talking to yourself and trying to piece it all together? Because that's two different things.
I don't know. I doesn't think. I don't know why I would say that. All I know is that when I was in Miami, when I was getting it on, they were getting it cracking. So it's just cracking them cheeks when I was in Miami. That's all I know.
Nothing gets wet.
And yeah, all I know is that Swish was cracking them cheeks in Miami, and it ruined Swish's Easter because Swish's girlfriend found out about it, and Swish got in trouble with his girlfriend. His girlfriend got so mad about it, it ruined all his Easter plans.
Okay, and here's my other thing. So you do know that the landlord of that house is shady as fuck, right?
He has to be shady because Itai told me to hide for me and the baby to hide.
So you didn't think to like look up who he is and why he would be saying to hide?
Okay, when everything started,
Because nobody under 18 is allowed to be there.
I'm going to preface this as I'm a trafficking victim or survivor. So like that's why it touches serious with me, and I know very well who he is, and I know who, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm asking. He's a shady motherfucker, and people really need to look into that shit. When your kid is there, especially your kid.
There's only two weird things that happened. So the day that I left, that day before, the day I left. So the day before I left, weird things started happening. It's like everything was all nice and cool. I was only there for a week. Everything was all nice and cool. And then the Danny thing happened. I don't know if it was Danny or whatever the landlord's name is. I don't know his name. The landlord, whoever came the day before I left. So the day before I left, the landlord came, and then Itai was like, I need you to hide. I need you and the baby to hide. And I was like, why? Because I'm having a meeting. And he didn't even want me to go outside and get my food. Then I went to bed. When I went to bed, Itai comes into my room in the middle of the night. It was so fucking weird. Because it's in the middle of the fucking night, and supposedly for a blanket. He never gave me a blanket. He was trying to wake me up. He's like, come. And I'm like, what? Like, let me sleep. I'm sleeping. Then Check comes into my room at 6 a.m. And Check's like, I need you to leave. I'm leaving. I don't feel comfortable having you here. I need you to go. Please just listen to me. Please. I just need you to go. Like, I care. Like, I'm a dad. I don't feel comfortable having you here. And if I'm not going to be here, I'm going to leave. And I'm like, okay. I'm going to order my flight. So I ordered my flight for that night. I ordered my flight for 9 p.m. I said, I'm going to order my flight for the night. I still want to take Eliana to Disney. He said, okay. I never had an issue with Jahil. I thought Jahil was mad chill as fuck because, you know, like, I would not ask Jaleel to come with me to Disney if I thought it was a problem. You know what I mean? I get home. I get on my flight, cops pull up, all this with that. I never thought anything was an issue. I get fucking home, whatever, blase. The thing with Jahil, I just got tagged in that video with Jahil. Hours later, I just got tagged in that video. I was never supposed to know about that unless I got tagged. Was never supposed to know about nothing with Jaleel. Jaleel was acting like a raper or nothing like that. I was not supposed to know that. I got tagged in that live.
Well, that video that you showed earlier was pretty rough. Like, I don't know how. I get like why that girl that was on earlier with you and Santos and the other guy was like questioning why they didn't like turn around and react. But at the same time, like there's been multiple clips of those girls on something in the background and like zoned the fuck out. So I understand why, one, they probably were just like, you see something, you don't say shit, you just be quiet and let it get dealt with. But at the same time, like that, it's pretty hard to deny what was going on in that video. The girl was literally screaming at the top of her lungs for help and nobody did anything. Like that's fucked up and you were totally right for posting.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about today is the video that I was tagged in. I wasn't there for that video. When I was there, nobody was screaming bloody murder. When I was there, nobody was screaming none of that shit. Everybody was not like that to that extent.
Right. Well, that shit don't happen in like a 2025 pimping situation. They don't scream like that. I mean, the fact that she ran in, just him moving the camera, I want to say this, him moving that camera before, like, as he heard the screams and turned it off at the doorway before she came in. I don't know if it's a skit. I mean, it was very concerning. It's very fucking triggering to a lot of people to see something like that.
Can I tell you her background? When I called her, and spoke to her, we FaceTimed. She was at a sugar daddy's house, and she's a stripper, and she's young, like super young. She clearly has no family because when she left, she was at the sugar daddy's house with her whole suitcase and all her belongings. She has no clothes.
So she's obviously really vulnerable.
She doesn't even have. I asked her, "Do you have any other clothes?" Like her whole clothes is in her suitcase. Her whole wardrobe is in her suitcase. Everything that she owns is in her suitcase.
And I've been there, and that's the scariest part about it is when like women like that, like young, especially young vulnerable adults that they like try to bring in. Now they have the clicks and the views, right? So now they're trying to do these little interviews to bring these chicks in that have no idea what they're actually getting themselves fucking into. I think they flopped with what they were trying to do with the kids. And I'm sorry, but your child was exploited. You can't deny that. Absolutely was exploited. There is no excuses like for that. But once you realize it was happening, to get up and go immediately would have been the best thing to do. I think when they got the backlash for the exploitation of those children, that's when they stopped with that. But they needed those kids because of being caught underneath, labeled it as the MILF house. So bringing those kids on. Plus, there are sick fucking people on this internet that literally on all platforms that are looking for that shit, that are looking for those keywords, those key things that are said. And even if it is Itai that put that through that TTS, that's a fucking issue because that means he's literally, not that we need any confirmation that he's doing that. He's specifically putting that up there to tag in other P3 videos to listen, which is absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yeah, because I thought it was kind of weird that the same TTSs that were saying something disturbing were also coming from the same PayPal that the TTS was getting tested, the test TTSs.
Right. Either way, though, I feel like, again, out of her control. The whole point in the TTS is so that people can send money to be able to say all kinds of crazy shit. Not that they should be saying anything about the kids, but it's like you're sitting there on live streaming so that you can make money. And in Stella's situation, she doesn't have her own money other than these platforms. Her baby dad has been giving her money and taking care of her and her kid, which is only right for her to try to do things for herself too. So she has her own money. Wouldn't like anybody would want to have their own money. Nobody wants to be dependent on their partner, regardless of if that's like how things have been going or not. And so nobody can hate her for wanting to come up and get her own money. Like that's just crazy.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Like, you want your own money. Like, my dude right now is paying for absolutely everything.
You see someone else doing it, so you kind of think it's okay. You're like, oh, it's okay to have my kid here. I see so-and-so have their kid.
Right.
And they make it seem like, oh, it's just the relationship with her baby daddy is just... Brianna made it seem like she was... that he knew that Winter was there, that she wasn't actually kidnapping Winter.
Did you really believe that, though? Did you really believe her when she said that? I mean, it just shocks me.
I wanted to believe that.
Yeah, it was easier to believe that then.
It was easier to believe
right,
that
well,
the other thing.
She's pretty convincing, though. Like, I mean, she kept that a secret, and she acted like, it's like, we don't know 2K, we don't know her, and then sitting here watching everything, it's like, who do you believe? Because they both have straight faces, they're both telling a story, and it's like, wouldn't we all be like on our asses at the end if they really were doing this together, like to make winter money? You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Yeah, but you
this
have to look
is
at that
live. This
pattern,
is
a pattern of behavior when it comes to that. Like 2K's been straightforward. He's doing it. It does. And listen, I'm just pro winter. I'm not like pro 2K, pro Brie. I'm not either. I'm just whatever is best for the child. And
right.
his pattern of behavior seems a lot better than what the fuck she is doing. Because what she is doing is absolutely everything and anything
Hold on, wait.
to not have
Listen,
that child.
guys, I'm not adding a T page that is always promotes hate content towards me. So I'm not adding that. Unless you guys really want that, then give me a live goal of 15 galaxies if you really want T thoughts up here. But other than that, don't ask me none of that. So collectively, all of you guys can do 15 galaxies if you really want T for thoughts up here, a page that does not like me.
And listen, I can call Stella out for everything in the fucking world, but at the end of the day, it ain't gonna fucking do anything. It ain't gonna get the answer. So if me sitting here telling her that she's been wrong, she did this wrong, she did that wrong, there's nothing to do about that right now. And I just want her to understand that if the way that it looks is very poorly, please don't ever put your child in that situation ever again. And if you ever have any type of where you don't feel comfortable, you think something's shady, especially with a landlord responsible. Her name is like, I don't know.
Yeah, it took a while for me to like. It took like, cause like, you know what I'm saying? When you're in a situation where you're like, oh, I can like get clout, I can get my deal, I can get my money, I can get this. You want to put
Stella, how old are you?
You know, clout. Here's the thing, though, Stella. Clout isn't worth your child's security. It's not worth. It ain't worth anything regarding your child. Like clicks and views, your main priority, especially as like a young mom, should be that baby girl. Like that's it. Point blank. Period.
Stella, how old are you?
I think
Hello.
she's figuring that out.
I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I truly just wanted to get my shit started up. So like, that's why I was keeping my business out of the way. I was like, you know what? I know I can take care of Eliana. I know that I'm okay. Like, I know that we're okay. Eliana, come here.
Wait, Mama, how old are you? Hello.
26.
26. Okay. How old is your daughter?
You're still super young.
Super young, but old enough to know what's wrong and what's good, you know?
Yeah, right is right and is wrong is wrong. I mean, that's very clear. I'm confused because people in the comments are saying like different ages. How old are you actually?
I thought she was 29. How old? So you're 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
So you're not that young. Okay.
But that time, you got to think about it. Not everyone thinks.
I have something to say though.
Good point.
Can I talk? Okay, so this is what I have to say. I wanted to go viral. And yeah, I brought my daughter with me thinking that, okay, I could pop off and I can go viral. And that there was going to be, I just wanted to like literally do that. Was it the best decision? No, it was not. So, I mean, it wasn't the best decision. I got into a fight with Owen's family over it. Owen's family is really like a huge thing. I'm still in a fight with them to this day.
And what's Owen's opinion about all of this?
He's mad as fuck.
From what I was told, Owen was aware during this situation. So was he aware or was he not aware of what was actually happening? I mean, it was clear as day. It was on Kick, so he could clearly see it. But did he?
He couldn't do anything about it.
Wait, but did you file a police?
But doesn't he have full custody?
Okay, yeah, but what is he gonna do? Throw me in jail? Like he has a, he was giving me the option to come home. He was like, come home now. He was like, I'm only gonna let it rock. He was not gonna let that rock for like 2 weeks. He was giving me a couple of days, but he's like, you need to come home now. Or the baby at least needs to come back.
I feel like Yeah, I feel like he's
Question.
trying
I
to
have a
like give you the
question.
space.
Like you guys act
April,
like he's
why
like
did it?
it's not like a Bree and 2K situation. You know what I mean? Like they have no communication. They don't fuck with each other. They don't like each other.
So if you know that Itai was the one writing those messages on the TT, why were you just saying the other day that you wanted to be with Itai?
I speculate that it was Itai because of the Itai TTS.
Oh, so you're not sure?
Well, I speculate that it was him because of test run. The test run, that PayPal comes up multiple times. Like that PayPal has been gifting for a while. In the beginning of my kick, in the beginning of my kick, no one had no kick.
But how you seem so? I have a child, so you seem, and we're the same exact age. You seem so cool, calm, and collected when they were saying all of that on the TT, to the point that you didn't even remember.
I was told to ignore all messages. All
even if they were saying that
I
about your
think that
daughter?
has to, yeah, I think that has to do with when they're calling you out or saying like you're a bitch,
Exactly.
you know, the vile shit, not when it's coming to your child. That's a whole different like bracket there.
But she did respond.
I see that.
Did you guys watch that? Like she did respond.
I think I should have reacted faster. I think that I think me not reacting is bad as fuck.
Yeah, no react. They would have said that about my. I have a son. If they would have said that about my daughter, I would have flipped.
I think no
Yeah,
reaction.
that shit would have been turned off immediately.
I would have flipped.
Yeah, I think no reaction is not good.
Yeah, it looked super weird, as you know, and mind you, Stella, I've been watching you for 2 months now. 2 months, so you do flip and flop a lot, and I know this is for social media. It's all an act, and I know when you know.
For social media though, that I was like, I've never heard that in my life. That's like not a social media thing.
My point.
Wait, what isn't a social media thing? Like
hearing those comments, that wasn't.
No, that it is. It's a dirty side of social media that is actually out there.
How you acted so cool?
Cool,
people were raised different.
When they were
People
saying
react
that.
differently.
Yeah, I ignored it.
How can you ignore something like that, Stella?
Yeah, I don't know if I could ignore that.
Stella, like, you're 26.
People are asking
Yeah, but everybody's different.
That's
Everybody's different. Like my
that before in my life.
I know. Hold on. I have 4 kids myself. Okay, just hear me out, right? My response to things, like when somebody says something about my kids, I will flip my fucking lid. I'll run you over with my car and back that bitch the fuck back up. My husband, on the other hand, he is like the polar opposite. He is like so cool, calm, collected, and it's like really hard to understand how everybody is different like that in that sense. But like everybody has a different reaction and a different processing. So like she did respond. She did say, stop sending those nasty comments.
I responded like 15, maybe 10 minutes later. I was like sitting there like thinking about, I think I was just in my head like, did that really just happen? I didn't respond that second. Oh yeah, you just reminded me. Thank you for reminding me that. Who was the one I was talking to about why didn't I respond?
It's me.
Experta.
Experta. You Spanish girl. Experta.
Experta. I did respond. It was just a delay. It was a delay response.
I never saw the response.
I was gonna say that.
Here, I'll show you the response.
Why are you saying in the comments, Stella, that you're 32, not 26?
I'm not fucking 32. Hold on a second. Let me show you the delayed response. I have it actually.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, I have it.
What year were you born?
1999.
She had to think what? Why you had to think, Stella?
Because it's true.
No, you never done math that quickly ever.
What do you mean? I'm laughing because she's trying to answer.
Oh my God. Yo, Stella is a fucking movie, bro. Stella is a
Dumbass,
movie.
if you're born in 1999 and your birthday's in February, you would not be 25, brother. You'd be 26. So suck
I saw somebody ask this question, which I actually was wondering. So why did you lie and say that the baby was staying, your daughter, this is not a baby anymore. So your daughter was staying with Owen at the hotel, but you had her there overnight. Because from what I was told, like, and I don't like to bring up like